Retrogames Christmas Show.
I think I love retro games. I think I love retro games. I think I love retro games. I love the Retrogames Show. I think I love retro games. I think I love retro games. I love the Retrogames Show.
It's the Retrogames Show.
Because it looks a bit like a mushroom. Oh yes!
The Retrogames Show.
Hello, yes, it is me. It is Jace at Retro Games, and here we are. It's the Christmas special. Yeah! I knew you'd be pleased. Now, I've introduced you to a friend of mine. This is Oliver Tingle. He comes around at Christmas time. He's been in our family for years, and he's always about this time of year. And I thought, what a great chance to...
I hate you. You smell.
Yeah, but what about a great chance to have a bit of a, introduction to the retro gaming team, because they want to...
You don't even like retro games, you liar.
Yeah, that's not true. That is not true.
It is
Anyway,
true.
so yeah, he's a
And
lot
you
of fun.
smell funny.
We like to hang out, don't
I
we?
don't like hanging out with you.
We do like to hang out this time of year. It's a lot of fun. This isn't a kids show. This is a retro gaming show.
It's a crap show. Who's going to watch this rubbish?
Anyway,
Thickos like you,
just
I
ignor
reckon.
him. He's not going to be in the next scene.
I don't want to be on this show.
You're not going to be. I think, what's the time? Let's have some music.
Machines come in packs of 10. Domino rally falls down again. Heady rack spin will read it for us. Tommy's always will crush Transformers. Can you hear me, Major Morgan? King of all the things I found. And is it true that you're an orphan? And that is why you cry that sound.
Oliver's gone now. I've got rid of him. He's a liability. I don't want him on the show. Got a bit of a Christmas cough. You see, old Christmas cough, not the in-laws come round, it's Christmas cough. Not that sort. That sort. Every year, innit? Every year you always get croaky. All the end of the year you get ill. And what do you think of the hat? This is not a Fez. This is a Victorian smoking hat. It doesn't smoke. Don't worry. No danger. You're not going to be on fire. But it's something I thought was very festive. Festive, you know. I wish I had a red Retrogames t-shirt. That would have been perfect, but I haven't. Or a Retrogames waistcoat. That would have been awesome too. Anyway, move on, Jace. It's Christmas. You've waited 2 weeks. You've been away for 2 weeks. You better have given us something special. Well, what did you think of the song? That's something I wrote with my kids a few years ago. I had to beg them. To let me put that on. And you probably hated it and you fast forwarded through it anyway. But anyway, it does get stuck in your head. If you listen to it again, it'll be stuck in there for at least 3-4 days. And you'll hate me all over Christmas. It's what I'm aiming for. It's what I am aiming for. And before we carry on, let's do competition time. Yes.
Competition time.
You've all been waiting for the competition. Now, when I thought, oh, let's do 3 prizes, I thought, well, this is going to get loads and loads of traffic. It didn't, did it? It didn't. These prizes, they're not really worked out. It's not a great way of bringing traffic to your YouTube channel, it seems, which is a shame. It's a shame for my friend who organises the competitions. You will know him. Just checking the cameras are on. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. But if you actually look, last episode, we actually had a lot less viewers than the weeks before, despite saying, win Milton. Nobody cares about Milton like I do. It's the first video we did on the channel was me and Milton. Let's just show you a bit of me and Milton. Oh, leave it out. Stub your eyes. Oh, grind your doctor. You could do it at a nightclub. Blink your eyes, yes. What? Kiss my what? Pluck. Tricky word. Yes.
Nicely done, number 1. Powder your nose.
Yes.
Loop-dee-doo, number 2.
Yes.
Nicely done, number 1.
No problem.
Scramble your turkey.
Yeah.
No way.
I love scrambled turkey.
Number 1, just 1.
Yeah.
Nicely done, number 1.
I can win this game if I play
Number
alone.
2.
So as you can see, he is a lot of fun. I've got the prizes here. It's not just one prize. We've got the Smurfs Game & Watch, Nintendo. We gave one of these away last week. We've got the blue Retrogames Ghost t-shirt with the super rare badge. That's a third prize, but the main prize is obviously Milton UK version with power supply, inbox, fully working. Loads of fun. You'll have a lot of fun with this over Christmas, but there's very little chance I'm going to get this to you in time for the big day. Because the post, you know the post. It's not been great, is it? It's not been great, but we've actually been very busy. And we've switched over UPS, FedEx. It's working out well. People have actually got their stuff. We're kind of in 2 minds ever to go back to Royal Mail, to be honest. I guess we'll have to because they do offer the best price. That's the thing. Everyone wants cheap postage. Everyone complains if we try to put the postage up. So you get in a situation where, okay, we're stuck with Royal Mail, but the way the situation's been since the strikes began all the way through beginning of November into December, it's been carnage. And I know lots of my very super patient friends out there waiting for their things. A lot of them have arrived this week. So if you're one of the few that's still waiting, hopefully, fingers crossed, you have it by now, or you'll at least get it maybe just after Christmas. But you know, write to me, tell me if you're unhappy, we'll sort it out. Anyway, back to the competition. Anyway, so the big plan was to have a big list, and I know you're thinking, well, you did get a bit more traffic. It went up, nearly 300 people viewed now, but that's because I put out a late advert on our Facebook to have 14,500 followers on Facebook saying, you realise there's only like 15 people in the competition to win 3 prizes. All you have to do is comment and subscribe. And so we had a few more at the end. I think the numbers aren't great. How many have we got? We've got 29 entrants. And I know this is the bit you like. So let's put the runners and riders on the screen. There you go. Okay, who have we got? We've got a few new ones. There is a few new ones. A few things to talk about. This is actually my favourite part of the show because I can just ramble on about what people have said, and it's nice, people's opinions. I enjoy it. This is a bit like a podcast, isn't it? It's a bit like a relaxing podcast. What the heck are people talking about this week? Well, number one here, we've got Fionzi, must be a big Happy Days fan, wants Milton to play over Christmas, as I've explained. Very unlikely to get it in time for Christmas, even if you win. And also, that's the only real thing you've got to say. You come here for the prize, that's it. You don't watch the videos, you hate me. You hate everything about it. You just want to win Milton. I hope you don't win. That seems mean, doesn't it? The first one, Beesball, back in, he was been in it before, wants us to have Twitter. I think we did. We did have Twitter for a while. He used to just duplicate our messages that we put on Facebook, but I never really got on with Twitter. And don't you have to pay for it now? Don't you have to pay? He also said he loves the smell of new old stock. And I had to work out that because it's NOS and I didn't know. But he's right, isn't he? Those new... do you remember that video I did on the 80s handheld collection we bought? And they'd all come in brand new. And the smells inside those boxes hadn't been opened since 1985. And it's like another world. It's a whole another era. If only you could capture that stuff. Number 3, Ice Wizard. 4, Miss Fiona Patrick. She loves her ZX81. I love ZX81. Who needs graphics? Who needs graphics? Overrated. And the next one is called Mr. Rated. Exactly, Mr. Rated. The next guy, number 6, Meth Jack. That sounds like drugs. There's no. I've seen Breaking Bad. Here to engage. Maybe he's on drugs. What does that mean? I guess he meant engage. Or, it makes me think Lucasade, Engade. I'm here to N-Gade. I don't know. Maybe it's just street vibes and talk that I just don't understand because I'm too old and prehistoric. Let's keep going. We've got Darren's next one, DC Cup in the Hizzy. That sounds like a name of a band. Yeah, DC Cup in the Hizzy. Oh no, it's D Cup in... Oh, it's D Cup. This is about... boobs. I said a rude word. He's a fan of our paper mags. He's a proper old school retro gamer. He's a proper one. He's a hardcore. He's there. He was there at the beginning when we started in 1995 making a proper paper magazine. It was still me rambling on about crud just the same as I do now. But I used to do it on paper and he liked it. And you know, I'd love to have the time or the, you know, the ability to put a magazine together again, but looking at the popularity of this show, I'd be lucky to get 29 sales of a magazine a month. Yeah, it's a lot of work for 29 people. Let's carry on. Russ Smith here. Russ Smith, he's a regular. He said, what's my favourite footy game? I did answer him on the text, but my favourite is ISS, International Superstar Soccer, on the N64. And I had the Japanese version before it came out. In the UK, it was faster, the N64 Japanese version, and it had Japanese commentary, and there's a particular bit at the beginning. Every time we play, me and my friend Kears, we used to play this all the time. We shared a house, and we just used to play, straight in from work, put the N64 on, we're playing, and he always used to start the match by going, kick off in it, and it was, kick off in it, and now I can't watch any football match without at the start saying, kick off in it. I wonder if that's just me. I bet someone else has got that same problem. Who else is on here? We've got Jaboble Rob. He's back. He liked buying games at Boots the Chemist. We talked about that last week. Gareth Williams, our Welsh contingent. Snoopy Man, new. Peter Edwin is in. Number 12. Peter, please don't win. He won 2 weeks in a row. And with 3 prizes up for grabs today, the odds aren't good. But we've all got to say no, 12. No, 12. 12. You can't. You're in. You've got a chance. I'm not going to be, you know, I don't adjudicate. We are proper random, but it would be a bit if you won again. Dog, Cat, Mouse. He took the opportunity to complain about a game he's still waiting for to come through the post. He's waiting for his Commodore 64 Alien. And that's a lovely packaged game, isn't it? I think we've had it on the show before. That lovely huge clam case. Looks like it belongs on the shelf of a video shop from 1986. Yeah, well, hopefully hopefully, dog, cat, mouse, it has now arrived. And you're enjoying Alien, going back in that game. It's not a great game, actually. It's not great. Spoiler alert. Justin's back on it. He is a Game & Watch fan. That's nice to know, Justin. It's nice to know because I am too. And I think you'll find the best people in the world are Game & Watch fans. And Lou, this week says, well, they talked about Lifeboat, but they referred to Lifeboat as Love Boat. And I thought that would be great, wouldn't it? Anybody remember Love Boat? It was a 1970s daytime soap opera about people falling in love on a boat. But it's a real thing. I'm not making that up. It made me laugh. What else we got? Oh, this next guy, he's got a funny name. User UO6QC5KJ6W, catchy name. Binned all their N64 boxes and manuals as they bought their games. Can you imagine that? Oh, just going to go out, get myself a new game, come straight in, standing by the bin, break off the cellophane, pull out the thing, drop that. Just take out the cartridge and the rest just drops into the bin. That's all he did. I mean, sad. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of regret in that. But there's so many people did it. I mean, occasionally we get offered collections of boxes where they've lost the games. The games, they were out and about, they were using them, but they found the boxes all in the loft. And that was such a sensible thing to do. Put them in the loft. Don't touch them. Keep them pristine. Let's carry on. Retro Ed, he's 17, he's back. It was his idea to do competitions. Thank you for this. It's very expensive for me. He put a shout out to us on his channel, which was very nice. So thank you, Ed. And check out his channel. He's really good. He goes around all the gaming markets and the gaming shops, seeing what you can find. I like his channel. I watch his videos. He's really good. So, Retro Ed, coming back at you, buddy. Let's keep going. Steve Holloway. Now, he wants to see the rest of the broom cupboard. Now, I think that's an Andy Crane Schofield reference. This is not a broom cupboard, but maybe one day I might give you a tour. Who knows? I know that tour videos go really well and get great traffic, but I don't like doing what everyone else does. All right? I like to be individual. Didn't you notice? Fair enough. Retrogames revived another with a great channel. Check him out. Says nobody will buy that DS for fear of being called a nonce, and that's the word he used, nonce. And I thought that's very retro. Nobody gets called a nonce anymore. It's got a bit of Only Fools and Horses about it, isn't it? Oh, you nonce. I think it means paedophile. Yeah, and that's the kind of point I was making last week when we showed you the game. That was the Love Plus 3DS console. It was very saucy, and you take photos of schoolgirls. It's very odd, and Nintendo put that out only in Japan. Anyway, just in case you didn't watch, not many people do, in case you didn't watch last week. Next up we've got R2 the cat, and he's a new, hi R2, he's a new viewer from Finland. Yes, we have loads of customers in Finland. Great bunch of guys. They're always so fun and kind and lovely and proper dedicated collectors. I'd love to go to Finland one day. I've only recently been to Norway. Eventually I've got to go to all the countries of my favourite customers, and Finland is on the list. So it's a bit close to Russia. Don't worry about that though. Anyway, he said he does comic fan art based on vintage video games, and I said you'll send us some. I would like to send in your pictures. This really is like kids' TV now, isn't it? Oh, yeah, but did Philip Schofield have a tassel like this that you could swing about? No, he didn't. Yeah, send in your art. If there's art that I can show on the show, I'd be very excited about that because it's original and it's something different, and we all like that sort of stuff. Scary Bailey's back. He's another sad, tragic N64 story after last week's N64 games. He says he put all his N64 boxed games in a big cardboard box, took them to the car boot sale and sold them really cheap. Just the whole box, job lot, gone. That hurts. Now that hurts me thinking about it, unless I was the person buying it. Then I'm like, yes, this guy's a moron. Sorry, Scary Bailey. Maybe you're not scary enough. Now I'm getting a bit free and loose with you. Let's carry on. Midnight Dreamer, number 22. He's the guy who said that amazing quote about Sega, saying that you know their failure was down to destiny. He said that quote was actually from Masters of the Universe. That's the He-Man film. But he's given me a new quote, which I'm hoping is his. What do you think of this? Expensive games make my wallet feel like an onion. Opening it makes... Oh, I've ruined the delivery. Expensive games make my wallet feel like an onion. Opening it makes me cry. Yeah, it's not great, is it? It's not great. Richard Cooper, he got... Last week we had the Donkey Kong 3 Microversus system. That was the two-player Game & Watch with the two little controllers on wires that poke out of it. He got given it as a reward when he was in hospital having his tonsils out. Isn't that a lovely memory? He's always going to associate that game with being in hospital. Beautiful. And let's carry on. Jerry Ellis is back. 25. Retro Import Gamer. He said, I was dirty for pulling off the lifeboat film. Now last week, it wasn't last week, 2 weeks ago, I pulled off the special plastic film off the front of a Nintendo Game & Watch gold panel. It was very thrilling. I mean, you can be cross with me, but it was great TV. It's the sort of thing I still got excited watching it back when I was doing the edit. And M.H. Johnson, he thought I was mad. He thought I was mad to do it, he says. Well, yeah, but was it good to see though? It was good to see. A brand new decal exposed for the first time live on air. I mean, you've got to be pretty sad like us to enjoy that sort of stuff. But I did enjoy it. Coevian at 27, 28. Retro Claire. And Retro Claire, she wasn't in last week. She avoided the competition. She says she does want the Retro Games t-shirt as a 90. Well, maybe you'll win your number 28. She also says Elite should only ever be played on the BBC Model B, and she has a point because it is really the definitive BBC Model B game, isn't it? It is the killer app, and to say it's a big game on other formats kind of does a disservice to the BBC. So I'll give you that. BBC is best. She also says about the Love Plus 3DS, it's a bit like her Jim will fix it mug. She doesn't want to throw it away, but she certainly doesn't want it on display. which I quite like. I like a Jim will fix it mug. Is that me? I'm just wrong, aren't I? I'm totally wrong. Sorry about that. Tetley thinks it's a fix because Peter won 2 weeks in a row. Yes, right, absolutely. It did seem like that. But as you know, we have a friend who adjudicates. That's the list read out. There is 29 runners. Let's get my friend.
My name is Marvin. My name is Marvin. Remember my name.
Oh!
My name is Marvin. My name is Marvin.
Yes.
And numbers are my game.
Marvin's got a theme. Yes, you got it, Marvin. And you might notice he's also got eyes now. Marvin has eyes. Before you know it, Marvin will be doing the whole show on his own. He's going to metamorphosize into a real human person, which is quite incredible. I've got to do the dial to put this up to 29 on the number. Let's get some power. And you guys have been waiting for this. You're excited. We're going to do the 3 prizes in order. I hope that 3 different people win, because it just seems a bit unfair, doesn't it, else? Let's go. So the first prize is we're doing them in reverse order. The first prize we're going to get rid of is the Blue Ghost official Retro Games t-shirt in XL. Fit most people. Claire wants it. And the Retro Games badge, super rare. Let's see who's going to win. I'll go the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to do this 3 times for all the prizes. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go Marvin. Right, it was 19. Who was 19? It's Retro Games Revived! He's the guy who said he didn't want to buy the DS because he'd get called a nonce. Brilliant! You got a prize. You have won a t-shirt and a badge. Happy Christmas! Let's go. Second prize. Marvin, are you ready? Can you do this again, buddy? Come on, buddy. Come on. You're looking at me. Let's do this again. We're going to do this now. The second prize. This is the Smurfs Game & Watch. Lots of fun. Mini classics. Worth about 50 quid if you stick it straight on eBay. This is pretty much as good as cash. Let's go. And I'm going to do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 again. Good luck. No, we don't want 19 again. I know you've done well. Let's have someone different. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck. We have number 23. Number 23. That is Richard Cooper. Richard Cooper, who got his 3DS as a prize for being in hospital. Brilliant. Well done, Richard. You have won a Game & Watch related items. That's pretty fitting, isn't it? One more prize to go, and it's the big one. It's my buddy. It is Milton, the chap that I love the best. I love this guy. Just quickly show you. Oh, look. Oh, yeah, look at them. Look, isn't that gorgeous? And yes, it's got the manual, the power supplies in there. It's in gorgeous condition. I'm going to miss him. I've got more than one, let's be honest. I love it so much, I've got loads of them. Okay, here we go for the grand Christmas prize. You ready? I'm tense. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go, Marvin. $17! We have a winner, number 17. It was 3 different numbers. Thank you. It's Retro Ed. Retro Ed has won again. He won the first prize that we ever put out. He's now won a Milton. We're basically just we just his cash cows. We just give him stuff every other week. Well done, Ed. Ed, I picked up your channel and I gave you a mega prize. You must love retro games now. No, he's actually also a brilliant customer. He buys stuff and he shows it on his channel. So that's like, it's a bit like our show, isn't it? He buys stuff, it's our stuff, buys it, it's his stuff. He puts it on his channel, shows it, and then it's like if you haven't bought it, I might put it on. Complicated, isn't it? Complicated. I think that's it for the prize giving. Now, you might remember this isn't what's new at Retro Games this week. This is the Retro Games Show! And what's the difference, the Retro Games Show? It's a feature.
Retro Facts.
There can't be many retro gamers left who aren't aware that Nintendo started life as a Japanese toy and game company. Founded in 1889, you probably know that the company's sole products until the 1950s were Hanafuda cards. But what are they? Playing cards were brought to Japan by the Portuguese in the 1500s and differ substantially from European decks, having 48 cards split between 12 suits. Just like Western cards, there are hundreds of games you can play with them, but by far the most popular is Sakura, a classic gambling game and Japan's equivalent to poker. When Nintendo's founder died in 1949, his grandson Hiroshi Yamauchi took over the company, first introducing plastic-coated cards before experimenting with other products. Instant rice and vacuum cleaners could have taken Nintendo into a completely different direction, but a licensing deal with Disney in 1959 helped steer the legendary brand into making children's toys. The first successful product was designed by games industry legend Gunpei Yokoi. The Ultra Hand, this simple, extending grabber, became a huge hit in the winter of 1966, cementing Nintendo's future as an entertainment company. The following decade saw over 50 different products and games released into Japanese toy shops, including Rabbit Coaster, a gravity-driven racing game. Home Bowling, a huge 3-foot-long mechanical bowling alley. The amazing Hip Flip, a kind of 2-player hula hoop. The construction toy N&B Block, a product so similar to Lego that they got sued. Punch Race, one of the few games licensed outside of Japan and re-released by NB Games as Dragster. Hopping Game, where you weirdly flip small cones into small holes on the game board until you get so frustratingly angry you want to smash it to pieces. The 1972 El Conga electronic drum machine, also designed by Gunpei Yokoi, was years ahead of its time. It allows rhythms to be created using paper wheels and a winder. Shot Racer, a gun that shoots toy cars. Yes, really. The Ultrascope Periscope, perfect for looking over the garden fence. Electric spinning top, aptly named Ball Toy. Powerlift, the remote control forklift truck. Chiritori, a remote controlled Hoover about 30 years before the Roomba. And the 1976 Duck Hunt, a projector based shooting toy which would later inspire the classic Famicom and NES game.
Yes, I've still got the hat on. Mind me tassel, mind me tassel. Okay, what a great opportunity at Christmas to talk about Christmas toys. As you know, let's talk about Nintendo toys. And I'm going to start off the first one. These are very rare things. Might get you guys excited, might think this is nothing to do with video games. I hate it. But I don't care. It's Christmas. I do what I like. Get used to it. This is the Nintendo Barrel. Now this was a massive toy for Nintendo, released in 1980. I'm going to put it on the top there. Now this one you can see is actually still sealed. Let's focus there on the Nintendo there. Number 1000, 1980, patent pending. Isn't it beautiful? It's a simple. It's like Nintendo's stab at getting into the Rubik's Cube market. The barrel moves in 3 ways. Well, there's 4 strips, 4 rings with beads between, and you can mix them all up, and you slide one bead between. I can it's even rotating a little bit. I can't open this. Obviously sealed. We have sold a few of these over the years. They don't come in very often. Just something to get you started. That is a brand new sealed 1980. Ooh, Nintendo Barrel puzzle game. Okay, next thing. Now this is a board game, and Nintendo made a whole host of loads of mechanical and card-based and counter-based board games, like so many toy companies did. It's just amazing to think of them making this sort of stuff before video games, isn't it? Let's get this on the big camera. You can see there's a beautiful artwork on the front. This is called The Round Game. Now that's a bit of a strange title, I would admit. You can see I've got the side spine there. Spine. There is a Nintendo credit on here somewhere. You're saying that's not your Nintendo thing. Yes, it is. It is. We'll find the Nintendo badge. Has it got Nintendo? Next side. No, there isn't a Nintendo on the side. You were right. It doesn't say Nintendo on the side. It is Nintendo. It is Nintendo. Let's look at the bottom. We've got some little things that are included there. Shows you on the bottom of the box. It's a beautiful condition. I'm sure it says a year in here. Oh, it has got there, look. You see this little NG Nintendo game. That isn't a sticker. That is printed on the box. It is a Nintendo game. Well, I wouldn't be showing you if it wasn't, would I? And look how gorgeous this is inside. Let's have a look at this. Isn't it amazing? So we've got the manual there, and very retro cars on here. Very retro pictures. And there's lovely Nintendo. You see they had this triangular logo when they were into toys. It's old school. It's kind of like a diamond within sort of like an elongated diamond. It's a bit like a car, American car logo, isn't it? That sort of thing. Let's have a look inside. I just got the, it's all in Japanese, obviously only released in Japan. You knew that. And on the back there, we've got a year. This is old. This is 1969. It's older than me. Good. Nice, really old stuff. It's amazing to be in this kind of condition for how old it is. This is available on the site. It's very cheap, really, considering what it is. And we can have a look at the game. I think it's a rotating road. And these are all the car pieces. And you spin and you move around the road. I mean, it's going to be tough to play without a proper translation. This lid comes off. Let's have a look. And this is just a plastic ring there. And you can spin this. Spin. It's spinning. But spinning with numbers. It's a wonderful piece of Nintendo history. Yeah, lovely. The Round Game, and now you can see why it's called that. It's round! Next thing. Now this next thing was a big hit for Nintendo. It's called the Super Machine. And it's... Japanese are mad on baseball. A game that the Brits invented, Americans devoted themselves to, and the Japanese picked up on, and they love baseball too. We don't like baseball anymore in the UK, but you know, we just gave that to the world. That's how generous us Brits are. Anyway, it's called the Super Machine or Hyper Machine. There's several versions of this. It throws balls at you for you to hit with the bat. It's mechanical. It's not battery. I don't think it's battery. Let's have a look. They've got some credit there. 1977. 77, the year that Elvis died. I think that's relevant. And we've got some artwork on the side there. Let's do the other side. Nothing on the bottom. It's very plain on the bottom. I'm not going to tip it upside down. It's a bit dusty. It's been here for a while. People aren't as excited about Nintendo toys as me. That's just the strangeness of it. But anyway, let's carry on. Here's what it looks like inside. And as you can see, it's in brand new condition. So we've got a pack of Nintendo balls. Official Nintendo balls. We've got a Nintendo bat, and this stretches out. And look, this has Nintendo embossed on it in a very cool baseball style font. Stretchy. It's plastic, but just imagine taking this. The next time you're going to go. Next time it's not the hardiest of baseball Nintendo branded baseball bats, but if there's a riot, just go and pick out your flashiest Nintendo baseball. I reckon this could still do a bit of damage. What do you reckon? Smash myself in the face for Christmas? Maybe not the face. Not too bad. Maybe one more. Nintendo, getting whacked by a Nintendo bat. How awesome is that? Now that is retro gaming. Oh yeah, pretty good. Now let's get the device out itself. As you can see, this crazy looking machine. Brand new. It's still got a bit of plastic on there. This ball, it's got a bit of cardboard in there, like packaging. Never ever been used. This connects, it feeds the balls around, you put the balls in and then you set it, the timer, and it just throws loads of, it's mechanical and just springs loads of balls in your face. I said it wasn't battery operated, I was completely rubbish. It is battery operated, but I'm not going to power it up, I'm not going to let you see this one working because it's brand new, unused. Isn't it weird? Look at this like chipboard on the bottom. That's what they were doing with their 70s stuff. Bit of chipboard. You don't get any. They didn't do that with the Nest, did they? Didn't get a bit of chipboard. That's it. Get it all back in the box nicely. Super Machine, Hyper Machine. I'll correct myself with some text if I'm wrong, but it's something like that. It's all in Japanese. I'm just from memory. Yeah, it's just from memory. Ultra Machine. No, shush. Stop. How did this fit in the box? That's the challenge, getting it back in the box. Yeah, okay. Next thing. Now this is quite famous. This is Nintendo's first electronic game. Again, from the 60s. And designed by Gunpei Yokoi, the king of the Game Boy. He made this first, and this is going right back. He was an old guy. This is 1969, and this is called the Love Tester. Yes, what better way to test the love for your significant other than with a Nintendo toy gadget. And let's have a look at this. We've got some. We've got the. Look at this. That is so 60s, isn't it? The design of that Love Tester. We've got some lovely family pictures there. There's a couple of. They've got a couple of dogs there. Lovely. It's very American Disney kind of Mary Poppins vibes I'm getting from that. You know, like the cartoon bits in that. Yeah. Man, Mr. Magoo, maybe. I don't know. Is that very retro? Very retro. It's got some instructions on the back. Yeah. 1969. And here we have it. The Love Tester. You can see it's absolutely beautiful condition. It comes with a little leatherette pouch. Isn't it gorgeous? I mean, it's a lovely thing. It's a lovely thing. We have sold a few of these on the site over the years. But maybe not for about 10 we've had one of these. So yeah, basically you hold these little nodules. Can I call them nodules? It's a bit like a voltmeter. One person holds the black one person holds the red one. You turn it on and you get a reading. It's pretty much about the amount of electricity capable of passing between you. You might even have to hold hands. It doesn't really show in an easy way how it works, but yeah, and different numbers, the different shows how strong your love is, and you can see on the little meter there, the little needle goes up. Isn't it beautiful? I will unscrew it and I will show you it working in a moment.
Here's a little look inside the love tester. The back unscrews. Got a little screw there. Let's pop a battery in there. Quite simple in there. Oh, if I turn it on, touch them together, absolutely nothing happens. Oh, it does if I touch them. Maybe that's because I don't love myself. No, it doesn't work if I hold it. Maybe someone else has got to, because it is working. If I touch the two contacts together. Oh, it's going crazy. Well, that's a shame. I actually need to have someone to test it with. I think maybe you have to hold hands or something. Well, that is the love tester. It's a strange thing. It's not a lot of entertainment value, let's be honest. Yeah, so yeah, that is the love tester. It's a beautiful thing, a mega piece of Nintendo history, but not quite as fun to play as a Game & Watch. I know what you're thinking. What's next? Ah, now you know how this works. Things get better and better as I go on, and here we have, oh, this is nice. This is called Custom Gunman. He appears, I'm sure he appears in Smash Brothers. Does he on the GameCube? Or as a amiibo? I don't know. Wild Gunman, the NES game, obviously. It's a bit more related to Nintendo than we know, isn't it? Custom Gunman, and it's a beautiful box. Let's just get this on the big picture for you. Yes, look at that. So there he is. He's got a gun. Again, very 70s. You can see there, 1976 Nintendo. You've got the side art there. You've got a beautiful shot. You've got there. Top end. Might as well do all sides. Nothing on the bottom, just red. But let me open this one up for you. It's very exciting. Very exciting. I like this. This is the kind of toy that you want from Nintendo, isn't it? This is. Oh, so we got the manuals. A little warning about the gun. Don't try and hold up a convenience store with the gun. That's basically what that says, but totally in Japanese. Awesome. Here we've got some instructions. Let's get the instructions. It shows you how to use the gun, how to put batteries in the gun. It shows you. Oh, I think it's the wrong instructions. Don't worry, we'll make up for that in a bit. And let's have a look at the game. So here we go. Look, what can you see? You can see a plastic gun and a funny looking cowboy. Well, this is the gun. It's a pretty meaty. I think this is very similar to the Famicom gun, isn't it? And we're getting some direct heritage here. It looks like they've used the same model. This has got a little 1976 Nintendo thing. I don't know if you can pick that up, if it can focus on that. It's called the Kosenju Custom. That's what the gun's called. Custom got its own name. And I love it's the action because you pull back. I think we've covered one of these on the Famicom because the Famicom got a really nice light gun, better than the rubbish zapper we got with the NES. But yeah, so you pull back and I'm gonna get you, motherfunkies! Yeah. Now let's get him out. Let's get out Custom Gunman. And as you can see, he's a bit floppy. Yeah, he is a bit floppy. I'm going to turn him on. I've put some batteries in this already, and he'll stand to attention. Hang on, he's winding the wheels. Oh yeah! Here he is. Isn't he awesome? Custom Gunman. He's a brilliant cowboy. I'm basically all right. Oh, stop it. The whole game is that you shoot at him. If you get a direct target on his it's got a little light sensor on his chest, and if you get a direct hit, he collapses, and you shot him first. Very awesome, fun, brilliant for any games room. Still, you know, that's why I've got it. Just have him on display and just come into the room and then blow the mother away. Thanks, Nintendo. But don't worry, if you want to see it working, I'll show you it working now. See what you think of this. Good on you. Yes, he's dead. He is dead. It's a shame. Don't worry, he stands up again. Look, here we go. Oi! It's like he's just had too many drinks down the pub. Let's do it one more time. Yay! I got him again. I don't know, it's childish, it's pathetic, but isn't it cool? I like him. Custom Gunman! Yeah, okay. I know what you're thinking. What's next? Right, now we've done Custom Gunman. What about Custom Lion? Yes, it's his friend.
shooting lions. It's hard to imagine, isn't it? That's not very PC. Let's get this on the big camera. Let me have a look. I mean, it's a bit of a funny looking lion, but this game, rather than, I mean, the Wild Gunman guy, he's a cowboy. He's meant to be shot, but this guy, 97, this is a defence. This lion, he's on his own. He's in Africa. He's having a brilliant life, and then you're going to come along and you're going to blow the mother away, which just seems a bit rude. Let's open him up. Very similar. You'll get that. Oh, got some. Got the instructions. Funny enough, I think that's going to be the instructions for customer. They got the wrong instructions in the wrong box, but it's the right. They're here, but they're just the wrong way around. And here we go. The gun's a bit more dusty. Fits in the box really nice. Yeah, same gun, exactly the same gun. And let's open him up. Show you him. Custom lion. He's wedged in. He hasn't been out of the box for a long time. And here he is, and he's still standing. He's standing to attention already. He's a kind of cute 70s lion, isn't he? And hopefully, if he works, I'll show you him working. Oh! Now. Okay, so I'm here with the lion, but sadly, I cannot get him to die. I keep shooting the gun at him, even really close, but he just won't die. So he's, well, that's a good thing, isn't it? It's a good thing. He's just standing to attention. Sorry, lion, not going to kill you today. He looks glad, he looks glad. Now, I couldn't just cover Nintendo's toys without getting to their first ever entrance into video games. As I've got them, I thought, well, I'll just show them. So this is the first ever games machine made by Nintendo. A video games machine, as we appreciate, as we know. Before all the Game & Watches, this is the TV Game 6. It is a TV game. It's very similar to the Pong games that we all suffered from Binatone and Video Master and Grandstand. It's a simple game, but it's made by Nintendo. There is a credit, you can see there, 1977 Nintendo. Very old, older than any of their Game & Watches. That was the first one, was 1980. Let's have a look, so let's get it out. And there you have it. This is the first piece of Nintendo gaming hardware. And you can see it's all in the body of the machine, no separate controllers. They haven't learned how to make those yet. Several sliders to choose between, you know, your practice, your squash, your tennis, but it's Pong. It is Pong. I'm hopefully going to show you it running. Now, as you can see, it's got just built-in controllers, so if you're playing two-player, you both had to share this thing. So you had to have someone here holding one and the other one, but you know, that didn't matter. And this one's in beautiful condition. You can see the back. It takes batteries, so you haven't got all those issues with step downs and that. But of course, old Japanese stuff is RF only, so it's a bit of a pain to get running. But this is, I mean, even it's got Nintendo branding on that, hasn't it? Nintendo branded analog switch box. We've got some manuals. It's got the manual in here. We've got we've got loads of stuff. Loads of stuff. We've got the proper manual. There's the manual. Have a quick flick. Beautiful. That's the actual manual for the first ever Nintendo games console. We've got the warranty card. Isn't that lovely? Beautiful. And that's how to connect it to a TV. Vital instructions back then, how to use things, because it was all new. It was all new. I mean, connecting a TV console to a TV wasn't something that everybody knew how to do because they'd never been really invented yet. So, a valid insert. When we get these in stock quite often, not quite often, but we've had them in stock. They very rarely sell. People aren't particularly excited by this legendary history of Nintendo kind of thing. Which doesn't make sense to me. This should be super, super, super valuable, but it's not got anywhere near the value of, say, Game & Watches, which is insane. Anyway, let's move on. Another one. And this is the Nintendo 15. This is the slightly expanded, bigger version. Again, 1977, same year as the Nintendo 6. A bit more serious, this one. I'll open it up and show you, because this box is a little bit... But it's very old, isn't it? Think how old this is. I was only, I was 6 when this came out, so, you know, it's very old.
鮮やかな9色のカラーがゲームの種類によって変わります。 ラケットの大きさやボールのスピードが変えられるのでハイテクニックなゲームが楽しめます。見るテレビから遊べるテレビへ、15種類ものゲームが楽しめるカラーテレビゲーム15、9800円のカラーテレビゲーム6もあります。
And there you can have a look at the console. Isn't it gorgeous? It's a beautiful shade of orange. I mean, that's more 70s. The colour orange is pretty 70s anyway. And I think those aren't even black. They're like an off brown. Separate controllers on this one, so it's proper separate controllers. They've got nice slider action to select the game types. You've got your reset and your start, difficulty sliders. It's gorgeous, isn't it? It's gorgeous. It's original Nintendo hardware. You can see on the bottom, still takes batteries. It's hardly ever been used. I did use it. Did use it a couple of times. And there we got the manual. Beautiful. 15 volts apparently. 15 volts. Built-in RF cable on this one. Yeah, but again, Japanese, you will not get this to run on a UK TV. Either you will need additional hardware, additional tuning box or something that will run NTSC stuff on a British TV. That is the Nintendo TV game 15. Is there any more, Jace? Of course there's more! This is the Nintendo block. And there's another, it's very dusty. Oh my god, disgusting. Disgustingly dusty. Nintendo block. Now this is a breakout machine. This is like, you know, a classic version. They made their own breakout machine. You can see. Let's get on the big screen. You can see there, you can see the pictures of the game. There's got pictures of it going. But hopefully I'll show you the real thing. I'm planning to. You can see it's typical breakout, different shapes of wall to break down with a bouncing block. What year have we got on this one? This is 1979. 1979, so this is a year before the first Game & Watch came out. Beautiful, lovely. 70s again. What colour do you think it's going to be? What colour is everything that's brilliant? Orange! Of course it's orange. Orange, yeah. This one's got a full, you can see that's lovely. It's, again, no controller. You held the console as the controller. Very, very convenient to hold this as a controller. They had a lot to learn, but then they did come up with some of the greatest controllers ever made. So we got to give them their due. This was their test bed, a test bed. This could have been what a NES controller looked like. Could have been. And there you can see you've got game type selection. You've got 5 to 6 there, different size bat you can change. You've got the reset. You've got hard or easy, and there's all the different sorts of walls you'll get on the different votes of the game. Very simple.
崩したブロックの得点を競うブロックアウト。点滅する4つのブロックを崩すと全体のブロックが落ちるブロックライター。崩す速さを競うブロックスルー。その他ブロックセイブ、ブロックキラー、ブロックイージーなど6種類のゲームが楽しめます。テレビゲームブロック崩し。
Don't progress to one shape to the next. You choose what shape wall you want to take. Now, I'm just going to point out this. This is very, very common fault with very old TV games and consoles. And this is a cable dip. Cable dip, have I made that up? It's where cable has been wrapped around and it's permanently dented or ruined the console. And you can see there's quite a few. There's another one in this corner here. It's where the cable's been wrapped around. And over the years, where it's just been left in the box, there's some sort of reaction between the cable coating and the body of the console, and it just grooves the machine. It actually destroys a little some of the plastic and actually makes a groove dent in the console. And it's sad when it happens. It's understandable why it happens because the temptation is always to do this. The old winding the cable around the console, but that's what causes the problem. So if you've got loads of stuff in your loft and you've left with the cable tied around it like that, go and check them. You might be disappointed because it happens, but it does take a long time. I'm probably talking 10-15 years for that to happen. I'm sure it's that kind of level. That is Nintendo Block. Now there is another TV game that I don't have, I can't show you because I haven't got it, and that's a TV game computer. And it was there, they did like an Othello style computer game. I will show you a picture of it. But sadly I have never had one of those for my collection. But one day, I'm sure I will get one.
Someone will sell me theirs. Thank you. Thank you. Send it to me. Come on. One more thing to show you. Of course, it is the Nintendo 112 racing console. One of the most unbelievable. When I collected games I'd collected games for 20 years before I even found out this existed. It's that obscure. Who knew Nintendo made a racing console? We didn't know. We didn't, honestly, probably until the early 2000s, people in the West just didn't realise this stuff ever came out. It was so obscure. Let me get it on the big camera. As you can see, it's a monster console. The Nintendo Racing 112, 1978. So actually a year before that block console, which was 79. But it's huge. It's a huge beast. It reminds me of those Coleco consoles. You know, there's a Coleco Tank Battle one. There's Coleco, like the Telstar Arcade. There was a, you know, it was a bit of an exciting time for TV games. Unfortunately, the games weren't so good. And the Racing 112 is a bit the same because it's not that kind of cool play. Right, I've opened the box, and as you can see, it's a bit of a monster. We've got the steering wheel. Now I'm going to clip that on. I'm going to clip that on to show you properly. Let's take it out. It's got lovely polyanas. Got to be careful here. Shouldn't be doing this on camera. Too much. Right, we've got a separate power supply for this one. No batteries. You've got the lovely manual. There we go. It's got full how to set it up. It's got a lovely picture of a CRT TV there, which we all wish we had. Nice Japanese CRT TV. Loads of things, how to use the game, different combinations of buttons to make the different game modes. It's quite a lot. See, you've got a stamped retailer warranty in the back. It's probably quite expensive when it came out. I could have cleaned this up first. Yes, you're right, but I didn't. So get over it. It's a bit dirty. I'm going to put the steering wheel on it before I give you a proper show. And then I'm going to worry about how I'm going to get the steering wheel off of it again. There we go. And there we have. Oh, I got the TV bit. The Nintendo 112. That is the king of classic Nintendo consoles, really. It's hard to imagine it. This is related to the Famicom and the NES. I'll show you the big one. So yeah, you've got your big steering wheel. It's like you're moving left and right along the screen. Hopefully I'll show you running. Big gear knob, big, serious, doom. It's just a big chunky console. You've got your different game modes there. You've got some sliders to select different modes. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on for such a simple game. And let's get that Nintendo 112 brand in there. And of course, because this has also got some Pong games on it too, it has got separate controllers. I like these because they have a racing stripe and they fit very neatly in the back of the machine. Let's show. I'm going to try and show you this. Get it a bit closer. You can see they've got a racing stripe. These two controllers. I don't want to undo the cable ties because it's silly, isn't it? I don't want to undo the cable ties. You're not worth that. You're not worth the effort of losing the original Nintendo cable ties. But that is the Nintendo 112, and I hope you enjoyed this little voyage into the world of Nintendo pre-Famicom toys. Thank you very much. That's it, yeah, another feature. We had another feature. I said we would, didn't I? I said it would happen again. And the Christmas show has brought you a feature, one that I really liked. You probably didn't like it. And just fast forward it. You always know you can always fast forward the bits you don't like. That's the beauty of the YouTubes. Now, before we go on, I must say a huge thank you to Dutch collector Eric Voskuil. I think I've got that right. Eric Voskuil. And his amazing site, Before Mario. Now, I couldn't have covered so many of those amazing toys if it wasn't for his amazing work. He's super dedicated to his website and his blog, and he's made a book on Nintendo toys. And it's obviously it's a subject very close to my heart, and I think it's absolutely incredible the amount of work he's done on it. And he doesn't get paid. He's earned nothing out of this. I bet he didn't earn anything out of his book. I know you're thinking he made money out of the book. No, I bet he didn't. I bet he didn't. He's doing this for his passion, for his love of Nintendo. And there's a lot of us who share that passion. So I just want to say, well done, Eric. Fantastic website and resource. Probably the greatest resource for Nintendo toys in the world, I would say. I'd say 100% yes, that is it.
Rubik's Cube, Family Feud, cable for my headphones tube, lights alive, chopper bike, Californian raisins light. There's that care, so now you know. Calculate with Casio, Astro Wars and Simon Sounds, the Tanya and the Musker Hounds. Rubik's Cube, Family Feud, cable for my headphones tube, lights alive, chopper bike, Californian raisins light. There's that care, so now you know. Calculate with Casio, Astro Wars and Simon Sounds, the Tanya and the Musker Hounds. Baby, sounds electro, we're feeling retro. So here's an 80s sort of Christmas for ya, baby. Sounds electro, we're feeling retro. So here's an 80s sort of Christmas for ya.
You are a mother.
Anyway, moving on. I thought we haven't been listing much stuff on the site this week because it's so close to Christmas and we've been just getting the parcels out. But I thought I'd do that thing where I pick some things out of the stock and just talk about some random things that are in stock. What's not new in Retro Games this week? 25,000 items to pick from. I picked 10, all different formats. I thought 10 things to talk about before we part ways for the year. And let's start with an Atari classic. Yes, Golf. The first talking coin-op I ever saw, I ever played, Golf. And this one's in beautiful condition. It's a classic space shooter, but it wasn't the first shoot 'em up game that I had that had a shield. You had a shield button so you could cocoon yourself against the enemy fire. It's just a wonderful game, Golf, one of my favourites. And it is Atari, but it looks very much like a Coleco game, I know, because it looks very much like the Coleco version. CBS style manual. Golf, I'm going to show you that, running Golf. One down, 9 to go. What have we got next in the box? What's in the box? Well, what's in the box is, what about the ZX81 game? We don't talk about much about ZX81, and I like this one. It's called Sabotage. Sabotage, a French word. And as you can see, it has got a well groovy cover. It is a really dodgy looking assassin. Takes you back to the Trouble in Ireland looking at this, doesn't it? It's got that kind of feel about it, dirty, gritty. Yeah, mad. Yeah, lovely. Sinclair, official Sinclair title. Very rare. Sabotage. Let me read you what it says on the back. The guard must protect the ammunition. The saboteur must blow it up. Neither want to die. Choose which role to play in these two exciting games of strategy. Now you're thinking, well, it's got an amazing cover. It's got a great story. It's gritty, it's dark. What does it look like? Sabotage! That's number 2. Let's carry on. Number 3. What about this? This is for the Amstrad. I don't talk about Amstrad very much. Nothing to do with my personal animosity towards Alan Sugar, because he killed Sinclair. Yeah, okay. I'm not letting it drop. I'm a retro gamer. I'm never letting that drop. Don't by Sinclair. What did you do that for? You ruined everything. Anyway, this is called Werner. This is a German game. Werner Maschine. Computerspiel by Samuel Voloch. And it's got, that's from the game on the front there, and you can see the back. Arcade Adventure. Areola Soft released it. Let's have a look. It's on disc. Yes, we like a bit of 3-inch disc action. Let's have a look. I'll show you. It's a motorbike kind of arcade, mini game, kind of different levels. Let me read this. I'll read this to you first. Diddling with Werner. This actually says this. I'm not making this up. It says the 5 most normal games imaginable. Diddling with Werner for the smartest dice strategist north of the Vibeverse equator. No chance for softies. I don't know what that means. Who will bring along the biggest bulk of bottles to the party? Warning, beware of the ignition key extractor, jack in the box with the condenser, hand drills flying about, melons. You think I'm making this up? I'll just go there so you can pause it and you can see I'm not making this up. I'll carry on. Werner's Panic Tour. Maybe it's Werner, if it's German, Werner. What are we taking with us on the tour? The stuff we need, don't we? Normally, but well, really? Yes, those. No, normally just those, but still, well, anyway, no, yes. That is the description of the game. It's hard to believe, isn't it? Just a normal drive in the fog, and I told him, now, Werner, don't you dare do that. It's absolutely barking mad, and I love that sort of stuff. Let's have a look at Werner. And that's game 3. Okay, game 3. What have we got next? Let's pick an Amiga game, and this is an unusual one. This is called The Plague. And there's a Plague Tale. Plague Tale on PS5 and PS4, those Plague games, and they were really, really good. But this is nothing like that. Yeah, it's relevant, isn't it? Nothing like that. But look at this horrible looking guy in the front. That looks like almost photoreal, isn't it? But he's completely drawn. Someone's got the art brushes out for that. That looks pretty awesome. The Plague. Only you can purge the plague. Then you look at the back of the box, and it's a shooter. It's a walk along shooter, kind of turrican-y kind of game. Let's have a little look inside the box. We got the Plague manual. Got the Plague manual there. It's got some instructions in it. It's got a free software flyer, and it's got 2 discs. I know what you're thinking. Well, what does it look like? Let's see. The Plague. Caught the plague. Do you know how many times I tried to do that off camera? It's pathetic, isn't it? Pathetic. And there's a game here that's absolutely true to my own heart. I thought you'd love to see this one. This is Fat Man. It's all about me. It's a simulation of me. No, it's not really. It's a fighting game, Fat Man. Let's have a look at it. It's pretty great, isn't it? It's a pretty awesome looking thing. It's a fighting game. It's a fighting game with a fat guy in it. What more could you want? Because that's what fat boys like to do, fight. They're really built for fighting, fat people are. And funny enough, the guy that's shown on the cover, he's not very fat. This is Trey's description. A 2-player fighting game, Fat Man. You want to see it going, yeah? Fat Man!
This is a bit weirder than I thought. He's got a tongue coming out of his tum-tum. Yeah, it's a bit creepy, isn't it?
Batman. Okay, what's next? Is that 5? We've done 5 now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're halfway through. We're halfway through the Christmas countdown of random crud. Let's keep going. We've got a electronic game, of course we have. And what about this one? This is Japanese. This is a Rockman LCD game in the shape of Rockman's helmet. Now I can't believe this has been in stock for about 6 years and nobody has thought about buying it. Isn't that mad? It's an LCD game. I mean, I'm not going to get it out and play it, but I just want to show you it. And it's based on the Rockman X. I mean, Rockman X, wow, that's a super collectible. Mega Man X, you know, this is a game, an electronic game based on Mega Man X, and it's never sold. It's mad. I don't think it's even mega expensive. I mean, okay, yeah, sure, it's an LCD game, and maybe you're thinking, well, yeah, but it's not. I want to play it on the SNES. But it's pretty special, isn't it? It's in the shape of his helmet. It's got a tiny little screen. One day I might get this out and actually play it on camera if someone doesn't now buy it, because it's strange. Thought I'd show you that. What's next? Another game I won't show you. This is just something different. Sharp game. Exploring Africa on the Sharp MZ80K computer. Now, if I wanted to explore Africa, this is the way I'd want to do it. You know. Why bother getting a Safari or any of that stuff? Just get this game from New Bear Software. They've got their full address there. No postcode though. No postcode. Pre-postcode. So I don't think it is. I just think they didn't realise. It's a cassette game. It's an Exploring Africa game. I don't know what it is. I just thought it's a bizarre looking thing, and that's the way I'd like to explore Africa. So I've got it out. Let's got it out. How many left? 3 left in the box. 3. Let's go. What about this? SNES game, Super Nintendo. This is Super Danny, a very rare game. Super Danny on the Virgin label. This is the UK PAL version. I think it's one of those European like quality graphic platformers. Yes, it is. It's not in English on the back. It is in French. So yeah. Anyway. Who cares? Let's have a look what it looks like inside. Doesn't matter. We don't mind games being French. We don't mind games being German. That's fine. That's good. It's rare. Probably didn't get an English. That's why it's so rare, because there's no English version. It's absolutely beautiful condition. Oh, look at that manual. Just for old time's sake. Let's see what Danny, Super Danny, when I was a kid, we used to call our hands Dannies. I don't know why. So yeah, Super Danny. Check out Super Danny. Super Danny! Okay, but Super Danny there. Let's carry on. We've got 2 left in the box. The first one is for the Commodore 64. Yes, meat and potatoes. You can't beat a bit of Commodore 64. This is on the Durell label. It's a game called Shades. It's very, very rare. 3D adventure game. Very different from the Durell label. Famous really for, I don't know, Saboteur, Critical Mass, Fat Worm, Lotus Esprit. Didn't release as much stuff on the Commodore 64. Did Durell get swooped up into the Softec Edge stuff? Part of me thinks they did, but I don't know if that's just a vague memory of rubbish. The classic blue cassette. They always have blue cassettes. Let's take a look at this fully animated 3D adventure for 1 to 4 players over 64 colourful locations. Sounds impressive. That's left me in the shades. That was weak. That was really weak. Wasn't even a joke. One more game in the box, one more game in the box. What's it going to do in the box? The game in the box is Light Force for the Spectrum. Now, Light Force, why is this game special to me? Light Force was the first game that was paraded around as being running at 50 frames per second on a Spectrum. 50 FPS, I'm sure it did. Now I'm going to think it was 25. No, I think it ran at 50 frames per second, which at the time was a massive quality lift compared to what we were used to. The Spectrum is traditionally quite a slow, the Z80 processor, not exactly rocket. But this game, the problem with the old, I remember this, the problem with the old Light Force, yeah, it's fast, it's moving fast, but it's a bit jerky. It's a bit jerky. Let me see what you think of this groundbreaking, fast Spectrum game. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? It's a bit jerky. Jerky, but that is Light Force for the Spectrum by FTL, a spin-off label of Gargoyle Games. Tim Hollins? Greg? Oh, it's all there, but I just can't get it out in the right order. Story of my life, FTL, yeah, spin-off label. And confusing because there already was an FTL label which made Dungeon Master for the Amiga, so weird that we got two FTL labels, completely unrelated games. Shockwave Rider was the other big game on the FTL label. And there we have it. That brings us to the end of our Christmas extravaganza. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you haven't minded me wearing this hat all the way through. I hope you like the feature. I hope you like the song. I hope you like Christmas. I hope you get some retro stuff. I hope you get to play lots of games in the break. And you haven't lost out on everything you was waiting for in the post. So Christmas is going to be really horrible. That's the worry, isn't it? That you missed out on all your favourite stuff you're looking forward to and you didn't come. But anyway, you can always eat tons. That's what I do. Just eat loads. Everything feels better if you're eating stuff. So it's the only thing left for me to say is have a brilliant Christmas. I will be back at some point in the new year. I'm not coming immediately back after Christmas. But I will do. I will be back. I know. So, from me, happy Christmas Retro Gaming, Retro Gamers!
Retrogames says thank you for watching. Retrogames says thank you for watching.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ollie. You've let yourself down and you've let me down. Let alone all the people who tune into this thing.